Hello folks, welcome to our blacksmith shop. That we hope to do lots of future videos in this building. We interchanged our forge for a nice warm fire to keep us warm during this cold season of Christmas and Snoggletog. So, in this video we're going to make a Snoggletog decoration, of course. I'm not sure what you want to call it. It's sort of a round disc of wood. That's what we've got this for. We're going to use spruce wood for it. And in the center there's like a metal stud or rivet kind of thing. I don't have time to forge one right now. So we're going to use a small carriage bolt. Figure that'll work good enough. And it'll look pretty close to what it does in the movie. Well, we're going to do two different variations of it actually. So one, we're going to put that carriage bolt in the middle as the stud. And the other one, I'm thinking we'll put a little pine cone in the center of it. Customizable in whatever way we want. We're also making a minier size, a smaller size version of the one in the movie. In the movie it looks like their disc of wood is probably roughly like that big around. At least a foot. In our case it's about 5 inches. So a bit smaller. For the green stuff around the outside in the movie, in the movie Gift of the Night Fury, where they have this Snoggletog decoration. I don't think it appears in Homecoming at all, but in Gift of the Night Fury they definitely have this decoration.
Higher. There. That's the spot. Attaboy, meatloaf.
And lots of others similar to it all over Burke, adorning the front of the doors and the front of their buildings all over. Different variations like axes and maces crossed on the door with some green stuff, decorating that too. But for our green stuff we're going to use white pine and spruce, and then because that's what we have around here. It almost looks like palm leaves, but they'd have to sail pretty far south in order to get some palm leaves, as far as I know. And they've also got little red berries in the green foliage to spruce it up, make it look nice. And for our berries we're going to use bittersweet, which I also got off of the evergreens on the hillside. And I think should look pretty good. So it comes off the four sides of the piece of wood, so we'll just drill holes and simply stick the branches in there and they'll stick off the sides. We'll put a hanger on the back, put either a rivet or a pine cone on the front, and hopefully it looks like a nice Snoggletog decoration. Let's get started. Now one of them is going to have these pine branches, one of them is going to have the spruce branches. Maybe about that much. That's one. And if you wanted very full branches, then you just have to put a couple layers on. You could drill a couple holes and put a couple of these right next to each other, and then it would look very full and complete. I got our branches selected. Need a drill bit. about the right size. And now we just gotta put that rivet in the middle and a pine cone, and then we'll put a hanger on the back and it'll be all done. I think the rivet will go in the spruce branches, and we'll put the pine cone in with the pine. Maybe it's just because that's kind of the kind of tree it came from anyway. Firstly, we'll attach the pine cone. Center of the grain is right here. We'll go true center, about right there. And then we'll drill a size smaller in the pine cone, and that way it actually threads onto the screw. And then just thread the pine cone on there. There we go. And now we'll put the rivet in the center of the other one. It's not going to go all the way through, so what we'll do is we'll drill it just small enough so it fits snugly, and we'll just drive it in up to the head there. I think this should work. Hopefully it's not too big, because that would be a problem. That's a perfect fit. Goes in a little bit, and then it wedges, so we'll drive it in the rest of the way. So we could put some berries in here, maybe the bittersweet berries. Well, maybe if we put a little bit on there, here and there, make it look good, maybe. And 4 little bunches, but I do have some small string. So if we want to, we could tie it on, or maybe we could crimp it on with some of that wire we were using earlier. Oh, that might look kind of nice. And now we'll just tie them tight. Alrighty, that one seems to hold pretty good. So we'll just do that with all the others. We're going to put a screw in the back and put a little wire loop on it. So when we put our little hanger on there, let's make sure we get it turned the direction we want it. As long as we've got some room to hook a little wire on there. Alrighty. There we have a loop on this one. Here's one of them. I think it looks pretty nice. In the daylight tomorrow, we'll hang them on the house or the blacksmith shop or something and see what they look like. What do you think? Of course, we'll let us know in the comments, and happy Snoggletog! There we go. How does that look? Well, I'm going to call these things that we're building Snoggletog Pinwheels. One other idea that I came up with, this is about a year after filming the other parts of this video, because in Gift of the Night Fury, their decorations actually look more grassy. The stuff coming off of the pinwheel thing. So I figured I'd try using some grass and see how that turns out. This is one I made, a little bundle. The top here seems to look pretty good, so we're going to try that again for the cross piece, and we'll tie them both together, and you can screw it to the back to pretty much make the same thing that the others are with the pine branches. So just grab a handful of grass and but then on the last one I just bundled it all together like this. For this one, I'll actually pull it in half, turn it, so we've got grass sticking off both sides like this. And then we'll just bundle this together and tie it off. And we'll just tie it right in the middle. Just roll it around the piece a few times to help it secure a little bit more, and then we'll tie it off again. And cut the string. Actually, don't cut the string, because then we'll use this to bind these two bundles together right in the middle here. There we go. That one's a little more even now. Okay, I think that's bound together pretty good. And we'll just tie it off back onto that loose end that we had earlier. And now we'll cut the string off. And then this just needs to be secured to the back of our centerpiece. You can probably just sink a screw in there. All we need to do is put this together, and you could use a screw or a nail or whatever method might work best for you. I've got a little nail here, so I'm just gonna stick the nail in here and nail it tight into the wood. But before I do that, I've got scissors. This is a bit rough looking, so I figure we can trim it back a little bit so that it looks however neat or however big or small you want it to be.
Or if you like that wild, rough look, you can leave it that way too. There we go. Now it's a little more condensed and doesn't take up so much space going all over. And one other idea that I had that we can do, their grassy stuff and their Snoggletog Pinwheels in Gift of the Night Fury. They're green, not brown. This is all dead grass, so it's all brown. But with the help of some paint, green paint, we can make it green. So there we go. Now it'll look a little bit more alive. There's still some brown mixed in there. I kind of like that. Gives it a little bit of color patterning. So then we'll just nail it tight and we'll see how it looks. There we go. Let's hang it up. Well, there it is on the front porch. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Personally, I think maybe I could have added a lot more grass on there. It seems a little bit sparse, especially on the top and the bottom. I think maybe I trimmed that a little bit too much. I think if I added more grass, it'd be a little bit bushier on all four sides, and it would just look a little bit more full that way, and maybe a little bit better.